What if there was a book that had like detailed instructions, everything you needed to know to make like a nuclear weapon?
I think it'd probably be already on YouTube. So.
Cool. All right. And Theonea, which one of those topics, or I know you mentioned one, but you could choose anything that you feel strongly about, something that you believe, something that influences your behavior. But if you want to pick one of those ones that you were thinking about, that's fine.
I don't know. There's a bunch of topics. I'm like the opposite of how people believe. But the band one is there. The band book one.
Okay.
Sounds fine.
Yeah, we can talk about that. So I think the question on the board is, should any books be banned? So I guess you could answer that question, or if you've got just a thought on that you believe.
I don't think books should be banned necessarily. I think that maybe some shouldn't be like in elementary.
Okay.
Or that's the only place I can think of that would be banned books. But why some books that other people think need to be banned shouldn't be banned is because I think that it's children should be able to see more of who they can be, things that represent them, like divorce, like transgender, gay marriage, birthing babies, breastfeeding, adoption. You know, it represents everyone.
Okay.
And most people know who they are before they get out of elementary. And I think it's important to have that available for them to see.
Okay. So I feel like I kind of hear you kind of giving some reasons, maybe kind of arguing against some reasons why that other people have said that we should ban certain books, right?
Just things like I don't know, like I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. We can come back to it. I'll let you think about that in a little bit. Before we really get into the reasons in depth, though, I like to kind of gauge people's confidence in their position before we get started. So I'm going to try to kind of repeat back to you what I think your position is, and you can just tell me if that sounds right. No books should be banned, except maybe some things in elementary school, maybe from like elementary school libraries.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's an exception for elementary school, but otherwise shouldn't be banning any books?
Right.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that's what you were saying. And then, can you kind of tell me, like, how confident are you that we shouldn't be banning any books? This could be like on a scale from like 0 to 10 or 0 to 100. Like, 0 is I don't really agree. 100, I'm very strongly agree. I'm certain we should not ban any books.
I think I'm 1 to 10. 1 to 10. I'm at like a 8.
Okay.
Because of those just things that maybe I never thought of, or I don't know.
Okay.
It's like,
right.
What about this thing? I never thought of that. You know? But
all right, got a little bit of room there where there could be something you haven't thought of before.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right. So you were saying before that one of the main reasons you think that books shouldn't be banned is that maybe like kids especially should kind of see themselves in the content of the books, like being represented.
Like it's important to be represented, to be able to know that they have somebody like them out there that, somebody they can connect to, even if it's in a book, even if it's fictional, even if it's not fictional. It's important, I think.
Yeah, okay. Are there any other important reasons that you can think of why books shouldn't be banned, or do you think that is probably your main reason?
Well, that's my main reason, but other parts would be that it's it's kind of like art. You know,
Okay.
a book is similar to art. It's a way to express themselves.
Okay.
And it is going to be important history-wise. You know, we need books for later down the road.
Like for future generations to learn from?
Yes.
Maybe? Is that okay?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay.
even if even for books that are supposed to be facts, even for those, even down the road they find out that it was wrong, it is still important for us to be like, what about this book? What did what about this book? What do you think about that? And then it'll help.
So even if it's something like we were saying, factual thing, like, you know, old science textbooks maybe that, you know, had stuff in them that we've now learned, we've done more science, we learned that was wrong, you know, we should still have those around so we can show that, you know, hey, look, we've learned new things
before.
Okay, yeah, all right. Showing that. Okay. So you say representation is kind of like your main one, but you have a few others. I just kind of gauge how important these reasons are to you. Let's say that, just this is hypothetically speaking, you changed your mind in the future for one reason or another, and you thought, you know what, representation is maybe not that important for children in books. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some study comes out and some child psychology study that says, this is hypothetical, right? That it doesn't really matter, the representation in books. Children don't get much of a benefit from it. Do you think that would change your confidence very much?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and it's kind of a hypothetical thing, so.
Maybe just like maybe a smidge
Okay.
down, but I still think I'd feel the same way.
Okay.
That it's important.
All right.
See?
So even outside of representation, there's still lots of other reasons why it is important.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you could learn anything? Well, let me change gears. Do you think there are any good reasons why people would want to ban books? Are there any... Like, obviously there are some people who think that some books should be banned. If one of those people was here, let's just call him Jerry. I don't know. If Jerry was here and Jerry thinks that some books should be banned, why do you think Jerry would think that?
Because they don't think that let me think about how to put it.
And there might be lots of different ones,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I would think mainly because a lot of things people consider private.
Okay.
Like some people think that this is something just to discuss privately, and being in a book, being somewhere in the library is not private at all.
Okay.
So I would think that that'd be a main reason why a lot of people feel that way.
So like some topics are just kind of like sensitive, sort of. Okay. Interesting. Do you think that's a very good reason to ban books?
Not really.
Okay.
Because people need to know things.
Okay.
You know?
I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical one. Ooh, cool car. Kind of loud. One reason I've heard why people have said that we should ban books is if they're like really hateful or are somehow harmful. So maybe Jerry says, you know, some books are just nothing but hate, and they're harmful, and nobody should read those ideas. Like, for example, Hitler wrote a book, right? I don't know if Mein Kampf was Hitler's book that he wrote, right? Maybe Jerry says we should ban Mein Kampf because Hitler was obviously a horrible, terrible person and his ideas were terrible and harmful and for all the reasons we know about, right? What do you think about that reason?
Well, I think that'd be one of those books that would be banned in elementary.
Okay.
In young children stuff. Most middle schoolers and high schoolers, I think, would be able to decide, oh, look at baby cricket. Whether it's a good book for themselves or not.
Okay.
I wouldn't think general population would be influenced by it unless if it's already going that way. You know what I mean?
Kind of like if society started to, which parts of society feel like they are. Sorry, I shouldn't give my own opinion on that sort of thing. Like if society started to turn more Nazi-like or something like that, then you think maybe it might be okay, it might be permissible to try to prevent those ideas from getting out there.
Yes, but by the time that happens, it's kind of too late. Like it's a thing like if you see it's gone that way, then maybe it's good to ban a book, you know. But right now, there are places that are like that, but it's not really 100%.
Okay.
It's more like one person is like that.
Mm-hmm.
And affecting their friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I understand what you're saying. Okay. All right. So even if a book is maybe hateful, you're thinking probably in most cases probably still shouldn't ban it. Maybe there might be some circumstances.
Yes.
Okay. One example that somebody came up with and told me about for this topic was what if there was like a book that had, this is a hypothetical again, I don't think this book exists, but what if there was a book that had, that is a loud little bicycle he's got. What if there was a book that had like detailed instructions, everything you needed to know to make like a nuclear weapon?
I think it'd probably be already on YouTube. So.
Okay, so you think it might already be out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's just say, hypothetically, if it did exist, should the government or people in general try to prevent that book from being read? Or that information? Because obviously there is information on how to make nuclear weapons, right? Top secret documents and that kind of stuff. I know those aren't books. It's a little bit different, but should those be widely available to anybody?
I think maybe not, because the book, it might be bad, it might go into the wrong hands, but that person also needs to get the supplies and do all this that it's a domino effect. If one piece is missing, if everything's in the right way, they're not going to be able to.
Just think if that one person is like...
That book is just the first domino piece.
Right. Just wonder if that, if that book was like, the president of Iran or something, I guess. Yeah. Or North Korea, right? Kim Jong-un or whatever.
I think it's already half of the stuff that's like making a bomb. Half of the stuff you can figure it out by just being really smart and finding right books and connecting the information together.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Can you think of anything that you could learn that would make you more confident that we shouldn't be banning books? You said you started off at like an 8 out of 10. Is there anything you could learn that would maybe make you a 9, 9.5?
This one arguing with me about it. Or agreeing with me and being like, well, you need to be more firmer on that. Okay. Or any of them, really.
All right. So maybe some personal persuasion.
Yeah.
from close loved ones. Okay. Cool. All right. So, can we kind of coming back to the main topic? You said, I don't think books should be banned, except maybe certain books shouldn't be in elementary school libraries, right? And you said you were at like an 8 out of 10 on that. Do you feel like you're still at an 8 out of 10 after our discussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, a book about certain things isn't necessarily going to be the only thing that makes people do stuff. It's like video games. Are video games making people go out there and do stuff? I don't think so. But
Kind of sometimes.
if it did, then it's not the only thing that made them do it.
Okay.
So to me, that's how books are. It's a form of art. It's not the only thing that makes them go act out.
Yeah, it's not going to brainwash you from reading one book, right? Turn you into a crazy, mindless terrorist or something from reading one book. Okay.
It's other things that align with it.
All right.
That would make a change.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So 1 out of 100 people read a bad book. Only one of them might actually be like, "That's a good idea."
Yeah.
Or 2 of them, and only one of them go like, "Okay, let me see if I can figure it out."
Yeah. So it's possible that books, could bring about some harm and some. You're not saying that that's impossible, but it's rare, and there'd be a lot of other things that would have to happen. And
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Well, how do you think this conversation went?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you feel like you kind of understand your own reasons and thought processes behind why you feel this way now?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having a conversation with me. I think I already gave you guys my card, right?
Yes.
So you got that. So that's what this whole thing is about. You can check out the card for some links to my YouTube, and there's a website about what street epistemology is all about, but it's all about helping people think and reflect on their reasons for why they believe certain things and hold the positions that they do.
All right.
Cool. Did you have fun?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You have fun doing interviews?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, actually. It's nice. It's cool to get to meet people, too.
I bet.
It's just nice getting to get out and kind of talk to other people out in the community. So, awesome.
Yeah.